Hello everyone, have a great week. This is Anthony and this is my homework for Ryan Kingslin's English anatomy course about muscles of the torso. In this task, Ryan asked us to pick one muscle and do a tutorial on it like he did on some muscles of the torso, where he asked us to tell origin, insertion and some features. He asked to do two videos, but due to the lack of the time, I am going to squeeze it all into the one video. Also, the muscle I picked isn't that complicated, so I think everything important will be covered. The muscle I picked is serratus anterior. This saw-like muscle we can see on many Marvel and DC heroes. It is very interesting muscle. Let's do it systematically. So, origins, insertions, and other stuff. So, first, origins and insertions. This muscle originates on ribs. On ribs 1 through 9. For some people, it's 8. But for most of the part, we can't see its origin and insertion. We can see only this marked 4, and for some people it's even less. Its insertion is on the back of the scapula, on the medial border of the scapula. We can also say the vertebral border of the scapula, because it's closer to vertebrae, but that's not that important. We can see it occupies all this border, but only the border, because the plane of the scapula is occupied by other muscles. Some words on function. Its functions are quite complicated. It helps to do boxing-like moves where he pushes the scapula forward, and also this muscle helps to raise and lower scapula sidewise, like this, and also like this. So, not that complicated, huh? Let's talk features as much as I can do it. The muscle is not that prominent on most people. As you can see here, it is not that obvious. Some people it's less obvious, but there are some well-developed people who make this muscle very prominent. But that's not that usual. Okay. So, what interesting about this muscle? The most prominent part is around 5th or 6th rib, somewhere around here. To be more sure, we may remember that it becomes prominent right on the border of the pectoralis major, somewhere here. We can see it here, and then it comes down. To detect the line of this, we may draw an imaginary line from nipple to the anterior posterior iliac spine, this one, and we can see it. Boom, 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 boom. I'm trying to. Okay. Another important thing is that it is prominent for most people, as opposed to external obliques, which he intersects with. We can see here that it has volume. And this one isn't bad. Every person is different. And external obliques here are just it's just a flat space. that comes under these fingers. You can see it's like fingers. It comes from behind and holds your chest. One of important functions of this muscle, I forgot to mention, is breathing. When everything is stationary, it helps lungs, ribs to expand into different sides, so lungs can be filled with air. This muscle leaves another very important feature on our back. This thing, this bulge that is very prominent right behind the line of the scapula, is a serratus anterior. It comes right from the scapula. We can draw an imaginary line here, and then here. When arms are raised, like here, we can see this muscle becomes instantly a lot more prominent. It is a lot visible. Sometimes it is confused to be ribs by some people, but these are not ribs. These are serratus anterior on our side. We can see it bulges here, this thing. Actually, behind the scapula happens a lot of things, so I won't be entirely sure about everything that goes on here. As Ryan said, the back is very complicated. But this is my view on serratus anterior. Yeah, look at this guy again. He is gorgeous. What have I forgot to say? Sometimes the last head of this muscle becomes hidden by the latissimus dorsi. So there are actually only 2 or 3 heads of this muscle visible and prominent on many people, and on most of those even less so until you raise your arms up, and only then you can see this muscle. But he is actually quite wide and broad and takes a lot of space, which is just not that obvious. Thank you. This was my homework.